Hello, my amazing artists. Today we are going to make art inspired by Dot Day, which is a special day from the book The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. It's all about making your mark and seeing where it takes you. Today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can make your very own dot, and you can choose whichever way you find most interesting or works with the supplies that you have at home. I have a special guest artist that's going to be making art with us today. What's your name?
Eliza Claire Hooper.
And she's going to help us out. So enjoy making with us at home, and I cannot wait to see what you create. For our first option for making a dot, you need 3 supplies. You need markers, and they need to be water soluble like regular Crayola markers are, not like Sharpie markers that are permanent. So we need water soluble markers. We need coffee filters, so just 1 coffee filter. And then you need something that's smooth and shiny to go underneath. You could do a styrofoam plate, or you could do aluminum foil or plastic wrap, something that the water won't go through. So you're gonna put your coffee filter on top of your hard surface, and then you get to start making your dot. The first thing that we're going to do is draw a circle in the middle of our dot. So I'm gonna start by drawing a circle in the middle, and then switch colors. Here, let's trade. And another circle around that. And you're just gonna keep going. You can also add in different patterns and different types of lines, like wavy lines, zigzag lines, dotted lines, until you fill the whole thing. Once you have colored the whole coffee filter, make sure your coffee filter is still on something that the water won't go through, otherwise your table will get covered in marker. And then you get to spray it with a water bottle. So I'm gonna have my assistant here help me spray it. Give it a few spritzes. 3 should probably be plenty. You wanna try and get everything wet, but not totally drenched. You don't want giant puddles on it. So maybe just about 3 sprays and you're good. And then you just have to watch it and watch the colors blend. It's really cool. When it's dry, you can pick it up and hang it in a window and it becomes like a sun catcher dot. All right, for our next project, you're going to need a piece of paper, either a paintbrush or a Q-tip, whichever you have, a glass of water, and some markers. You're going to take your piece of paper and you're going to put a bowl on top of your piece of paper. Then you're going to use one of your markers to trace around the bowl. It doesn't have to be a bowl, it can be anything that's large and round. So you hold the bowl still, put the marker on the paper, and trace around. All right, for the next step, you are going to switch to a different color marker, and you're going to create concentric circles. That's where you start with a circle in the middle of your page. So you draw a circle in the center of your page.
Can you help me?
Yeah, right about there. It doesn't have to be perfect in the center, just close. Just remember, there's no such things as mistakes in art, only opportunities to try something new. Color it in. Fill in that circle. Then we're going to practice all the different types of lines that we learned last time. So I think I'm going to surround mine with a zigzag line. but you can do any kind of line you want. And you want to keep going until you fill up your whole circle with color. As you are coloring, you don't want to fill your shapes in totally like I did with that orange section. You do want to leave some white areas because we're going to use some of those white bits of paper to create a magic watercolor paint effect with our paintbrush or Q-tip. So you can leave it here if you want to, but if you also have a paintbrush or a Q-tip and a cup of water available, you can do a really cool magic trick where you dip your paintbrush into a cup of water. Go ahead and dip your paintbrush or your Q-tip. Yep, you can do that. And then you paint over your shape. So I'm gonna swirl over my green circles and it starts to fill in the white spots. And so it fills in those white spots with a light green. Now, one of the tricks you got to remember, when your paintbrush dries out, you need to dip your paintbrush in the water and get some more paint. Also, you need to clean your paintbrush off between colors, otherwise it'll end up muddy on your paper. I'm going to clean my paintbrush off really good before I switch to the purple loop-de-loops. I'm going to fill in this space around the purple. So it is important when you're coloring to leave some white space. I forgot there and I colored it in solid. And then I remembered, oh, I gotta do the magic paint step. And you can also do it with a Q-tip too. So if you don't have a paintbrush at home, you can use a Q-tip like a paintbrush and it works the same way. It might just be a little bit harder to get clean between colors. All right, well, I'm gonna fast forward through us painting the rest of our picture.
I am also doing it when your Q-tip dries out and if you don't have a Q-tip in your home, you can go to the store and buy more Q-tips or more.
For this last project, we are going to be tracing a bunch of circles on our paper and then coloring them in however you want. So gather a selection of round objects. You'll have to look around your house, wherever you are, for anything that's round that you could trace around. We're going to trace them and then have a lot of fun coloring them. Make sure you get really creative with how you color them in. When you trace your circles, remember the principles of design: balance, variety, and rhythm as you spread your circles around the paper. And it's okay to overlap them and have them go off the edge of the paper. Then you're going to fill your circles with all kinds of different patterns and colors. We hope you enjoyed our Dot Day projects today. Make sure you post it online so we can see what you created. And remember, just make a mark and see where it takes you.
Have fun. Bye-bye.